Welcome into the Film Guy Network. It's football season, which means I've got a film study for you.
What's up? You really like that?
Let's shut up and grab some tape.
All right, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in on a Monday here on the Film Guy Network. For those of you who have been around for a couple of years, we have a little segment around here. Not a segment, but it's a show. It's Mistake Monday. I've been thinking about during the offseason how I'm going to do this, you know, what the show's going to look like and what the vibe's going to feel like. And the best way I thought about it was to not enter these studies with any kind of preconceived notions. Okay, so I'm not coming with long, extensive notes this year. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna jam it all into one, and whatever flashes, we're gonna harp on that. The biggest mistakes we're gonna handle here on Mistake Monday, and I think that's pretty much gonna take care of everything else along the way. That's pretty much what we do anyways. We do a lot of corrections on Mondays, so I felt this was the best way to do it. So welcome in, hope you enjoyed it. Obviously, a lot of people want to know about Carson Beck. Think obviously most of the time when it comes to quarterback evaluation, I'm the one that's kind of telling you, hey, a little bit overblown. Like, he was not as bad as you think. He was not as good as you think. I think sometimes as not to do the common fan thing, but I think a lot of times too much blame and too much credit gets put onto the quarterback when there's other things that are involved. Hey, what kind of concepts are we running? What were the actual options available? What are things happening around me? Things like that. Basic football stuff, right? But, you know, it's not always on 15 or 12 or 14, whoever's in there playing quarterback. So glad you're here with us today. Hope you hit that thumbs up button. Hey, whether you're on YouTube or Patreon, don't know which version of this you're getting because we haven't recorded it yet. But either way, support it however, wherever you found it. Hey, we got a saying around here. Let's shut up and let's grind the tape. All right, gonna hop right into it. Man, I had to record this sucker up in the press box on a secondary screen because we're on ESPN Network or ESPN Plus. All kinds of crazy stuff. I know Georgia fans were losing their mind. Hold on, let me get my keyboard. I know Georgia fans were losing their mind because the two-time defending national champs were on ESPN Plus. They be trying to sell them subs, baby, just like everybody else. So pardon me, but we're going to have to start in the middle of the first quarter because I didn't get my recording system set up just quite yet. But here we go. First cut we're going to get a look at is this incomplete pass that Dominic Lovett dropped here late. This is the route concept, by the way. They are going to run off Ra Thomas down here on the bottom, okay, I believe. And then the actual concept here, no, this is Dom Lovett on the bottom. They're going to run a comeback here with Dom Lovett on the bottom of the screen. And I think it's thrown with good timing here from 15, and I think it's thrown in the right spot. We just got to catch this football if you're 6, okay? Got to catch that football. Right? What's the alignment there? No, 6 is in the slot. That's Lovett. Ra ends up running a go ball here. This is like a little slot, little out right here on 3rd and 5, but it's at like 8 yards. The depth on this is interesting, right? We only need 5 yards, but it's a 12-yard route. So that's just, I'm not criticizing. I'm just talking, right? We go into these things, right? I said, no preconceived notions. By the way, holy hold in the slot. We got to get off of this, Arian. Come on, we got to get off of this somehow. We got to break these hands, okay? That dude's locking that up. That's for 10, 15 yards, though. That's past 5. In college, isn't it? I think it's still the 5-yard rule in college. That's a hold by number 20 right there in the slot that they missed. Yeah, you get a good look at it right here. I think it's a good ball. This was like the first, from the box, the first 2 series, they looked as bad as you thought they did on Twitter. All y'all out there going crazy. They were bad. I mean, but it was a lot of nerves. It was a lot of restlessness is what it looked like to me. In a quarterback that just wasn't playing in rhythm, which that's his thing. If you've been hearing us evaluate him this offseason, Carson's thing is playing on rhythm or playing in rhythm, playing on time, and getting the ball out when he needs to. I felt like he was a little flat-footed at times on Saturday. Take a look at it right here. This is the deep ball. This ball just, it's overthrown and it's inside, okay? We missed back this way over this left shoulder. you know, with a track runner, we want to miss out in front of his face, not over his shoulders for sure, okay? I hate misjudging deep balls. I feel like for years we did all that stuff. Y'all praised JT Daniels' deep ball, I feel like, but it was, I don't know. Deep balls are hard to judge because I don't know if that's I could sit here and say, I just told you that ball was over the left shoulder, should be out in front of his face. Well, what if Arian's landmark was off, right? What if Arian at the top of his route did something wrong? Okay, we can't see him. He's out of the screen right now. What if out of his break, he took a half a step wrong? Well, that affects everything when the quarterback's already in motion. Again, too much credit, too much blame. I think it's so funny, and it's part of the reason why this network is what it is, but it's so funny to me to listen to a man who makes $10.5 million, $11 million a year, to watch and coach football, being Kirby Smart, to stand there in front of the media every single game, and what is his number one answer? Mike, what's his number one answer? I got to watch the film. Yeah. I got to watch the film. I don't know. I got to watch the film. Okay, and he gets the all 22 that we're going to show you midweek when it gets into our hands. All right, where we get the end zone cut and we get really get the full picture. We don't get the full picture here. Even if I'm detailing it as hard as I can today, you will not get 100% the full picture. I promise you that. It's impossible. Now, this is what they are doing a lot of this year, and they will continue to do a lot of it as we watch Brock Bowers be Brock Bowers. But before we watch the end of this play, what did I tell you guys on this channel with regards to Carson and his legs? I told you he was not going to be able to occupy the backside end or the end man on the line of scrimmage, the emo, right? The end man on line, the emo. How about that one? I always thought that was funny. My coach used to write emo on all the notes. I'm like, who the fuck is the emo? It's the end man on the line of scrimmage, right? So that's who we need to account for. So how I told you all offseason, how are you going to account for him? You have to run a lot of split zone action. So if we're running zone this way, we're going to have to bring the H back backwards. Well, here's the great thing. Your move tight end, number 19, he's probably the best in the world as a move tight end. Travis Kelce isn't even, Travis Kelce is a great Z tight end, a great X tight end, a great H tight end. Travis Kelce don't do none of this in the box. He don't live in there. You know what I mean? This guy can move and go everywhere. George Kittle, great right here, right? George Kittle pretty good out here, but really great as an end-of-line tight end. Well, this guy's great pretty much everywhere, but he's really great in this stuff. All right, hiding him behind the line of scrimmage and letting him be really quick and explosive. So if we're going to have to run a bunch of split zone action, the best, and I mean the best way to run this dude off of it is to feint that split zone and then slip him into the flat. Watch this action right here from 19. You're going to see a ton of this year. I think it's 3 or 4 receptions just on Saturday. 12 has no chance right there. That end man on the line of scrimmage has really no chance. He ends up coming back in and trying to get into the play at the end. But watch the decision making that has to go on for this guy right here. Hey, what am I going to do? Am I going to collision this tight end and hold the line of scrimmage? Because, hell, they're a counter and split zone football team, so I really got to hold the edge. Do I collision him? Do I go after the quarterback? He's got the ball. Oh, crap. There goes the potential Heisman, candidate slipping right past me for a 25-yard gain. So daggum hard to tackle in space. You're going to think I'm crazy when I say this. There are NFL scouts already doubting 19. There are NFL scouts already dinging him because he's not monstrously big, okay? He is not a freakishly large human, all right? He's not Pierce Sperling big. Hell, he's not even Oscar Delp big, but he's like 6'4 and a quarter, 230 pounds, okay? He's not top 5 draft pick big. All right, Kyle Pitts was top 5 draft pick big from a traditional analytics metric standpoint, but you cannot put this on any height, weight, speed metric. This dude's ability to run after the catch and break tackles after the catch will translate. Thought orbit motion here was interesting to see. I, for one, am not a fan because I know what you're doing. All right, anytime you bring orbit motion, return motion, I know there's a swing. I know there's a swing off of this. Now, just like I know when you run tear motion, I know that's what you're doing, right? And the only options when we do this kind of stuff, right, is to either throw the bubble, run the vertical off the bubble, or run the play into the box. Now, that's kind of modern football. Modern football is a lot of half-field reads, make it easy on the quarterback, all that good stuff. It's just, to me, when you guys complain about predictability, this could be something in the future that becomes predictable. But hey, guess who else does this stuff? Steve Sarkisian, Lincoln Riley, all right, all the beautiful offensive coordinators that everybody in the world is out here pontificating upon. They all do orbit return motion. It's about when you call it and how you call it that really, really matters. And this is great. This is a great example of why we run orbit motion. Watch what it does to this guy, who's what we call the +1 defender, right? All these guys are going to get picked up in the wash. We have 2 front side blocks for the down lineman, or actually 3 because we're going to add in the center. So we have from the center, left guard, and left tackle over to handle these 3 bodies if they get carried in, and we're going to handle the 4th with the orbit motion. Watch what it does to this defender again as we stretch him out of the box and then we run right into that void. Check that out. Boom. Also, hell of a job, 65 and 69 on this backside duo right here. Okay, 69 and 65, moving this 3 technique and this defensive end and taking care of 9. There's just no way for these guys on the backside to make a play when we're getting that much movement on the down lineman. Look at that. That is offensive line play. That's what it's supposed to look like. Cedric, I think our feet can be a little bit better on that front side. I know you got a shade technique right here, 63. I think you can get to the front side of that guy. I don't think we have to be losing him on our front side shoulder. And all that is getting our front foot, our first step. It's got to get better. All right, second step got to get better. And our hands got to we got to get that arm inside that chest swing or that chest plate. It's so funny. Every time an offensive lineman ever gets beat, coach always going to say first step could be better, second step could be better, hands could be better. You know why? That's it. That's offensive line play. First step, second step, hands. First step, second step, hands. That's it. Where you strike and where your feet are, period, point blank, that's offensive line play. Good God Almighty. I saw a lot of this. And I watched these guys over here to the left. Saw a lot of this. Saw a lot of touch, turn, my guys in the backfield. Uh-oh. This is I'm pretty sure Monken had different RPO type of options off of this. But I know this is a Bobo kind of spin on run options, if you will. This is a design run play, okay? Everybody is running the ball. The only person with an quote-unquote option here is Dominic Lovett back here at this hidden H spot, okay? They're in 11 personnel. Oscar Delp's right here, that's number 4, and then they hid number 6 back here. Now, all he's doing is running an arrow, and all the quarterback's job is to say, hey, count the numbers here. If we don't have a favorable look, if it's a crowded box, we will run out. Now, it's a small sample size. We saw a lot of this Saturday. Now, how would you not? Ladd McConkey's not out there. There were some limitations from Dylan Bell didn't play a bunch, it seemed like. There was a bunch of limitations from a wide receiver standpoint. Marcus Rosemi-Jack-Saint not available in this football game. So we've told you in years past, if you want to know what an offense believes in their receiving core, watch how they stack, watch their formations. If teams are super bunch heavy, that's because they don't believe they got man beaters. They don't believe they got guys that can get out there and beat one-on-one coverage yet from an outside wide receiver perspective. Okay, saw a lot of bunchy stuff on Saturday. Here's Dylan Bell as we speak. I thought this was a really good read. That's man coverage indicator, right? We got a guy traveling across with us. So if we've got man coverage indicator and that guy's off, right, and we know we got a stop or a comeback right here, simple football. Let's just take the easy money, okay? This is good processing right here from 15. There's no need. We can stare it down. There's no need to go anywhere else. We know the answers. The answers are right here in front of us. They're nice and easy. Even with the way the corner's hips opened up. We got that. We got that. Man, I'm going to tell you what, walking up on Dylan Bell, he looked like one of them. He looked like one of them. it's interesting. When you talk to people, too, it's like Ra Thomas, Dylan Bell. I think middle of the year, they're going to look totally different from a receiving standpoint than they even do right now. All right, let's get out of these commercials. Give you an opportunity right now to tell you to sign up for patreon.com/Brooks Austin. That's where all the good stuff's going down this year, all right, with regards to the football information. Why are we? All right, couple things going wrong here. Let's talk about the front side here. Oscar Delp, we have got to get inside this 5-tech or this 7-tech, all right, and get up to the Mike linebacker. He is our responsibility. So the way this is done, send me to one there, Mikey. The way this is done, guys, all right, we're on the line of scrimmage. Swim it back just a little bit. Press, I think it's, or you could just zoom out. Yeah, I think it's 4 or 5, one of those. Yeah. There you go. All right, so as a tight end, I'm not, should we get in a three-point stance? Let's get in a three-point stance. All right, so here, I'm here as a tight end, okay? I'm going to what we call inside veer release, right? I'm going to take my step here. I'm going to dip my shoulder a little bit and climb vertically. But the problem here is I can't get washed. I can't allow that defensive end to really push me down because he's going to push me off my track to that Mike linebacker. If I'm on my track to the Mike linebacker and I'm getting pushed down this way, the Mike linebacker's flowing over the top as that's happening. So we got to be firm. We got to take that step down and we got to climb up vertically through that defensive end as the Mike climbs over, and then we'll catch him as he's pursuing the football play, right? Watch 4 right here. Watch this guy right here. I'm going to put it in slow motion for you, and you'll see he basically, it's going to look like he overruns the Mike linebacker, but in reality, it's because the defensive end kind of washes him at the point of the attack on the line of scrimmage, okay? Take a look at 4. See the hands on the back there from 6? Pushes him off track, and now boom, there goes the Mike over the top of our shoulder. Now we've lost the Mike on the play side, all right? And he's going to add in, and ultimately he's the one who spooks the back into bouncing this backside, okay? So we talked about 4 there, all right? I'm fine with you, Truss. Why is Ernest Green having to, well, he's getting the defensive end. When I first looked at this, I was like, why isn't Kendall keeping that play side? And that's why. Four just got beat over the top of his face, okay? So 2 sticks it in the backside and just gets 4 or 5 yards. Good physical run there. Hey, thought it was super cool to hear about a football player like Kendall who struggled through injury throughout his career, basically go into Kirby's office this week and say, hey, man, like y'all are not about to go play a college football game at home to start the season with 3 guys who have never played college football, who have never started a football game. Y'all are not doing that. If I got to play 85, 90% against UT Martin, that's what I'll do, okay? And I'll go out there and I'll play as long as I can. And about midway through the first quarter after that big long run, tightened up a little bit, and then he got done for the day. And that's what it was. And the rest of the guys got to get comfortable. But I thought it was really, really cool to hear that number 2 wanted to really take a role today. Here's that split zone action again. Watch number 4, okay? I think we're a little shoulder heavy here. 4, get our hands involved. Don't do that. Do not do that. We can't just throw our shoulder in there, man. We got to get our hands involved. I know he's giving you a shoulder. Y'all see that? Kind of loading up and doing one of those. We don't want to do that, okay? See what you hit. See what you hit. Bring both hands. Let's take a look at the front side. Oh, my God, Brock Bowers, I love you so freaking much. I love you so freaking much, man. This is why. This is why this dude is just different. He's just different than everybody else, all right? He's different than any tight end you've probably ever evaluated other than George Kittle, but he's different than that guy because he does all the weaponry stuff, in my opinion. Just the willingness. He entered this game, guys, he wasn't even supposed to be playing. Like, in a sense that he's a superstar football player that entered this football game banged up, all right, and went out there and played anyways, despite the fact that they were like, hey, Brock, we probably need to sit you like we're sitting Ladd today because it's, let's be honest, it's UT Martin. And if you really go look at this game plan, the first 3 drives until that one play that we just watched of him breaking tackles on the sideline, wasn't really involved, was kind of out there being a blocker, you know what I mean? And here he is, you know, only about a touch into this game. I think he's got 1 reception at this point all the way through the first quarter. And here he is on the goal line putting dudes in the end zone. I mean, he blocks him out of the screen. He just buries the dude. Gets up, probably helps the guy up, and then jogs off to the sideline. Mad because they switched personnel and took him off. You know what I mean? Actually, they didn't take him off. They're about to get him the ball. But you get what I'm saying. 19's just, he's just different, man. Just a different guy. Okay, 4. Let's see what happens. Don't overrun it. Don't overrun it. You don't want to underrun that, but you don't want to overrun that, right? It's hard, okay? Great footwork. It's almost like the footwork and the steps were so good, and he's so used to practicing against this guy really fighting hard, like really, really fast, right? Imagine the difference here. This is Darius Smith, all right, or this is Marvin Jones, or no disrespect to this all-conference player from the Ohio Valley. He had 9.5 sacks last year. No disrespect, but it's a little different at the University of Georgia when you run this play in practice, and that probably happens a step faster, right? So now he's up underneath us. I'm not even going to coach you too hard, therefore. How about my boy Chad Lindbergh getting in there on the elephant unit? What would you call the heavy personnel, Mike? I called it. We called it rhino in college, rhino and buffalo in high school, and elephant and anything big animals. Big, you like elefante? See, I would call it elefante. Elefante, fonte, fonte. That's how we'd be calling it in right there. And ideally, we have a kid named Fonte.
Right.
You know what? The next giant, we're just going to call him Fonte. Instead of elephant, we're just calling it an elefante. What's up, Fonte? All right, touchdown, Georgia. All right, that's the end of the first one. How we doing on time? Oh, yeah, we good, we good. We cooking with Crisco today, baby. All right, let's go. We're offense only today. Sorry, defense. Y'all just played too daggone good. It's hard to talk about Mistake Monday when y'all out here making very, very few mistakes. So we're going to talk about that offense because everybody be hating. All right? Yeah, a lot of mirrored concepts. Actually, what does C.J. Smith do down on the bottom? Let me check. Kirby was, oh, yeah, double speed outs, mirrored concepts, both sides. Whoop, 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 whoop. Now, it's a super balanced look from UTEP as well, all right? They got a bare front. They got a 5-down look, okay, a Mike and a Will, all right, and 4 DBs across. Looks like they're playing quarters. That's what it looks like to me, okay? So if I come out here, me personally, I would probably be favoring the side to the All-American tight end if all things are equal. If all things are equal, I'm going to be looking at 19, me personally. That's just me talking. 19 and 86, that's where I'm looking. Now, I don't know what pushes him off of that, but he works the near side. Now, let's talk about working the near side. Here on the near side, we got a mirrored concept, right? So it's a couple of speed outs. Look, I'm no super OC. Mirrored concepts, couple of speed outs, 1st and 10. Not exactly reinventing the wheel here. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you're setting something up later. It is what it is. But anyways, when we read it down here, we're going to open up probably 1 to 2 because that's the way our progression is going to take us, right? We're going to go down set hut and we're going to open up this way. So if we're going to open up this way with our field of view kind of scanning that way, we might as well read it 1 to 2. Now, let's read his progression. Let's check it out. Let's see what happens. I know what happens, but let's talk to the viewer. Oh, shit, 7 dropped immediately. The defensive end dropped. They're only rushing 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops. So as soon as 7 drops, we're off of this, right? That's a no-no immediately. So now, what was a 4-person route, boom, as soon as the ball snapped, has become a 1-person route. Period. Point blank. That's the only option. So guess what you do? You wait for it to hit. You stick your foot in the back of the, or you stick your foot in the ground, and you throw the piss out the football. You throw it as hard as you can, no matter what. And guess what this dude does? This dude makes a great play. He makes a great play. In a quarters bail technique, he drives down on this speed out, and he damn near picks it off, okay? But you're probably sitting at home looking at that and going, damn, he about got intercepted. Golly, what's wrong with the quarterback? Well, in reality, he had one option on this play. One, period, point blank. No other options. Except for to read the top side of the field. Right? 19, 86 over 4 and 18. No offense to 4 and 18, but A over B. You know what I'm saying? But, nah, never mind. I was going to say they drop 7, they end up rushing 1, especially if we know 1's the rush, right? We know number 1 for their team is their big rush guy. We should probably account for him. Also notice this. This isn't new. They've done this before. But I said this on Friday Night's Mike the other day. Bro, when you walk out for the first time in a couple of years in Twins bunch, I am engaging 8 right now. I know what you're doing. You're just trying to lighten the box. You're spreading everybody else out. You're Tennessean. We talk about this all the time. You're Tennessean. You're spreading everybody out so you can run in here. All right? Now, we can run some switch concepts. We can drive here, run some slants in. We can do everything that the Jalen Hyatt offense is and all that stuff with Josh Heupel and all those guys. We can do that, but Georgia doesn't really do that. When Georgia does this, the first time I saw it, I'm sitting in the box going, run, run. They're running the ball because they just don't do this. Not yet. Now, they might have this, again, small sample size. Don't go clipping me, freaking out, all right? Small sample size. They might have a whole package off of it. But to me, it looks like the package off of it is double screens, which, again, is kind of standard with this stuff. Tennessee's the first team to really start running whole-ass concepts out of these stacked bunches. Most teams just do this. These are RPO options on the outside that never, ever really get used as anything other than people eaters. They're just trying to eat these people out here. They're trying to take this safety away, trying to take this safety away, trying to take this corner away, trying to take this corner away. We've minused 4, but we've taken 4. So now we're playing 6-on-7, right? We got a ball carrier, 5 blockers, and a quarterback who's now non-effective, all right, as soon as we hand the ball off. And they got 7 guys in there to handle us. Is what it is. But yeah, every single time on Saturday, when I saw this, I was screaming, run! Hey, come off a little bit earlier, 65. Watch this right tackle. Come off a little bit earlier, 65. We're blocking the space. He's the +1. Y'all are out in this, I would imagine, right? Your right tackle, I'm pretty sure that's Dylan Fairchild. Yeah, he's working to you. All right, get off your face, 53. Bring your daggone feet. Come on. Bring your feet, man. Super excited, bro. Hadn't been on the field at all. So he gets out there. He's just out there ready to eat, bro. And, yeah, bring your feet. Bring your feet. 0, 0. This is not you, bro. Bro, come on. Right here, one-on-one with the safety, all right? This ain't it. What? From the box, this looked hesitant. This looked like you didn't trust yourself. Either be 245 pounds and stick your shoulder in or stick your face mask into this dude, or make a move. Don't just hippity hop out there, bro. Do something. It's all right, though. He had a good game. I thought he looked poised. I thought he looked like he was ready to play some college football. Physically, definitely ready. That's for damn sure. Bro, big as hell. All right, this was the big miss. This is the big miss. Motioning to trips bunch here, okay? Nothing new. Y'all do this. X receiver on the backside. Yeah, as an offensive lineman, man, X and Z still to this day mess me up. It's just like mess my head up, and then I have to say it over and over. X by himself. X by himself. Anyway, so here's what we got. We got kind of this motion right here as we do all this kind of junk, all right? But it's a clear out, all right? The idea is to do all this motion in front of Dylan Bell and run him kind of on an arrow or an out and in. Arrows are to the sidelines. This would be, yeah, whatever that is. Whatever you want to call that route, if you will. But that's a critical miss. And here's what I think happened. We never ever, we don't want to be on our toes as a quarterback, but we don't want to be dead on our heels, and we don't want to be flat-footed. Let's get a look at this replay. And I feel really goofy doing this because this guy is as fundamentally sound as humanly possibly can be. But if you just look at this right leg looks dead to me the whole time. Okay, I'm going to put it in slow motion for you. This right leg is the issue, all right? It's a mechanical lackadaisicalness, all right? We can't just, he never just floats into that. Normally, he's got a little bit of pressure on the ball of his foot. He's not just completely flat-footed. Check out this right foot. Okay, we're just dead, man. It's just sitting there. And that ball kind of duck quacks on us and ends up left, all right? And because I think we miss left as a quarterback. We miss left and inside. What were we doing? We're on our heels, right? We're this way. We miss this way. We're probably this way, as opposed to just being a little bit on our inwards. We kind of want to be like a boxer. In turn, we don't want to be out on our toes, but we don't want to be on our heels. We kind of want to be like a boxer, just on the insteps, if you will. Insteps of our feet. Back in slow motion. 4th and 4. This is nonsense. Just bring the punt unit out, dude. Don't do this. You're Georgia, not USC. We know you ain't going for that. We know you punt and play field position, buddy. Come on. Oh, no. We got to coach this because I thought this was epic. Real quick. This is one of the incompletions that Javon Bullard almost intercepts. Watch this. Watch 22. Watch him get up. Watch him get up. Watch him sprint. Watch how fast he's running to the next play. No hand clap. No nothing. No dang, I missed the ball. No nothing. Dive, full effort, right up off the turf, sprint to the sideline, look for the call. Guess what? They're not even playing a tempo team. This team ain't playing fast. You know what this is? This is the standard. This is how they practice. This is what they think about all day long. As soon as I hit the turf, up, out, gone. Boom. Look at him. For almost a dead-ass sprint. Just different. Everything about Georgia, a little bit different. I'm telling you. Especially defensively, man. They just carry themselves differently. Got to get the shots to steady. Got to get the shots to steady. How about Stetson sitting in the stands this weekend as just a JAG? Just another guy out there, man. He was probably selling some insurance. You know what I mean? Probably making some connects. That NFL bum of a quarterback. All right, here we go. We got some more some more offensive play here. Got about 10 minutes left. I got to get going. We got a Kirby Smart presser here in a second. Twins bunch, motion to tight. Or twins, motion to tight. There's that split zone action again. You're going to have to do it. I noticed it through the first couple of drives that this dude is not, I'm telling you right now, this dude, I like him, okay? I think he's going to be a really good quarterback, all right? Much better than any option, not much better. He's the best option you have right now. If you don't believe so, your head coach does. And I don't know, he's won 2 national titles. And all you did over the last quarterback battle and discussion was question him for 2.5 years. And guess what he did? He won 2 titles. So he kind of knows what he's doing, I think, at least at this point, or at least deserves the benefit of the doubt. So if this is going to be the guy, which we know it is, all right, if this is going to be the guy, y'all got to do something about this. Y'all got to, because every single time you go to hand the ball off, he's a free add-on. He is going to pursue like a bat out of hell down the line of scrimmage, and he's going to make that play at -1 every single time if we don't occupy him, all right? And this is what it's going to look like. You are a split zone football team now. Last year, you can still be a counter football team, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to your traditional run game, you are a split zone football team in 2023. No doubt about it. Let's talk about the mistakes here. A lot of them. 44 is eating some lunch, front side. God dang, 63. Feet underneath you. Why are we getting no movement on the combo? We're getting none. All right? It's why you need all 22. But this right guard and center are what we call full scoop through the 0. Full scoop through the 0 up to 11 is what it looks like to me. We're going to get a free release from Xavier Truss up to the front side inside linebacker, a.k.a. the point, and Ernest Green is responsible for 6. That is the responsibilities, right? We got a one-on-one block. Unzip your feet on the second level, Xavier Truss. You 2 big jokers, get through that nose, up to the backside, inside linebacker. Amarius Mims, cut off the backside. He is free for the backside, or for the tight end that's coming to add on, right? So there we go. It should all be accounted for. I don't want to hear shit about crowded boxes. I don't want to hear nothing about, Coach, we were backed up in our own end. Nah, y'all got the bodies to block what's there, okay? 63 is getting beat, 77 whiffed, 71 whiffed. What happened to 65 on the backside? 65 whiffed. So what we going to do? What we going to do? Playing like that, you ain't going to win the Joe Moore Award. All right, and I guarantee you right now, 1st and 10, ball inside the 10, this is what they led meetings with on Monday, all right, or Sunday. When they sat down together and they looked at the film, Kirby Smart probably put this shit right up in the middle of the room and said, we got 120 starts. We got 120 starts across that front line. And look what we are doing week 1 against UT Martin, backed up in our own end. And y'all want to talk about quarterback play. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. For me, that was it. Offensively, right there. We got a first-round tackle out there whiffing. We got a center who's a 4-year guy who's supposed to be our guy. He's on this channel. He is our guy. He's a yard and a half deep. Come on, right? 71, we're whiffing. 77, Xavier Truss, daggum 45 starts by the end of the year. Can't unzip your feet on a Mike linebacker. We were 0 for 5. 0 for 5 on this play right here. Backed up in our own end, 1st and 10. All right. I know there's a lot of juice, a lot of, I get kind of ticked off when I see offensive line play like that from this unit. This unit's great. This unit's going to be great. But they seem to do this every first of the year. All right, first game of the year, they just come out and dud it up. All right, particularly against odd front defenses that give them some variety of looks. Appreciate you guys for being here for the Film Guy Network. For everybody, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, rate, review. We're probably going to have more and more editions of this because we only got through a quarter in 2 minutes. Mistake Monday. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.